Okay, this is Gender Thoughts Part 2, Take 5. And I want to read you two things that I wrote. One of them is from my journal in April, and the other is from the book that I'm writing, the second book that I'm writing, but it's not super edited yet. Oh, lipstick on the ear. And I really like, okay, so this is how I've been doing it lately. I like it to go on the eyes too, because it makes my face feel more balanced if it's the same color. It's like, I wear these big black sunglasses, and they make it, like, I've been wearing sunscreen on my face to try and reduce this phenomenon, but they make it so that the under eyes are kind of like pale. And then I have like a little bit of a tan everywhere else. It's not, again, it's not super noticeable because I've been trying to minimize the effect, but I think the lipstick helps it feel not as like pale under my eyes. And then I like having like the really high just like on the side here where it gets a little like lighter. I don't really want it on my cheeks. And I think it makes it look a little like I've been crying, like just slightly. And I'm kind of into that. Because I was like, how do I actually want to do makeup? Like, forget like what other people are doing. Because I tried to put the blush on my cheeks and I was like, I feel insane. Ugh. And this mascara is so not waterproof, and I've been going swimming a lot lately. It makes it a lot easier to put on because I can just rub it off. But when I go swimming, I can't wear it. But you know what they say, like makeup, it's an expensive lifestyle, and I haven't fully committed to the lifestyle. This shade of lipstick is a little too like red and a little too light for me. I don't mind the look of having like zits and stuff, but I don't like how right now they're forming like a little pseudo mustache moment. Not what I'm going for. Here we are. I will be back in the cabin. I hate it here. I can see her on the couch, bent over in armadillo-diem. The tissue in her hands has been reduced to confetti. Her head jerks suddenly towards the back porch, her frightened, tear-stained eyes. She hopes she hears him coming back, but it's only the wind blowing open the loose screen door. "Hello?" I called, then was immediately sick from being inside my own body. I reeled, seeing myself both across the room and lost somewhere in a distant vision. Then you, me as the watcher, reached into perception and asked me to explain what I saw. The smell of vomit invaded my senses. Her head hung low between her legs. "It's a memory that never seemed to come," she said. "Or it did come, but I wasn't there. I can feel his hands. No, I can see close-ups of pale skin, blonde hair. Why did I let him hurt me again?" I could hear the pain in her voice. I could feel it at my chest. Why did I let him hurt me again? "I turned into just that girl I was afraid of," she said. As soon as I thought her up, the transformation had begun. When I faced my fears, I told myself I was being a brave child, but I was feeding her on my blood. She runs cold like a vampire. I'm sorry you look at it in this way, I said to her. The vision had barred me from the body and from identifying with her. I could not contain the weight of her sadness. He's left me, probably for good, she said. Did you have good years between these periods I'm seeing now? The good years don't feel like good years. Her chest was packed achingly full with unshed tears. We always fought. We always seemed to be chasing better versions of ourselves where we were happier, where we understood each other better and were kinder. I know you're grieving. I didn't say more. I didn't want to pull her out of the present again. She looked at the crooked old floorboards and remembered how she had once ached in much this same way, praying to feel them for a while beneath her feet. And now you do feel them, I said. Every day, almost. We looked the same, but so different. She was much prettier. I was a solemnity. On her, blonde hair was enticing. On me, it just was. And I was not beautiful, but I could see beauty without feeling it. And she could see nothing, but felt everything. Gratefulness for all she had learned overcame her. Each minute detail of suffering fit like stones in a great mosaic. Then she sat up and looked at me. We had business to discuss. Many things have come to pass, she said. It's true, I replied. I see them, but cannot comment beyond my feeling I must be sorely outside of my rightful place, seeing all this. I'm the one who has to live through it, she said bitterly. I asked her if she was the one showing me these visions. You showed me first, she said. Then God made it happen through my soul. I'm not sure what the vessel does. She teeters in and out. But by the time I am here, being me, not she, I will know. I won't explain it to you, because then you will know too. Of course, I don't mean to talk down to you. You know how it works. I smiled and was filled with delight. Yes, I am me and you are she. But always we are we. And we are one and we are three. Isn't that neat? She laughed at herself and at me. Yes, indeed. One yet trinity, we laughed together. But really she was me, of course. She was me, and I can smell the vomit on the floor. She will be me. I don't understand how I see these scenes come to pass. They terrify me. I feel them in my body. And then this is a journal entry I wrote on the 6th of April this year. The boobs are coming. It's stressing me out. She says surrender. I feel her love. She says it is beautiful to accept my body. But I feel the trick in it. What about my beard? But I don't want my beard, neither does she. She ignores its existence, and me, I'm sick of being queer. I'm never wanted right by the people I want. There's a culturally queer girl inside who wants to live the fantasy for love of the game. She wants to wax it all and pretend to be virginal with an evil little smirk. I embody her, but I'm afraid of when she snaps. She is the alien feminine, not mother but nymph. That foreign sister split from the tree at the beginning, just after the beginning. She is not Eve, she is Lilith, but Eve is here too, Mother Mary, and they dance around each other with porous membranes of ideas and disembodied souls. Lilith has no core, no seed of life to bear fruit, but no fruit, however sweet, would have any taste without her. To say that my soul is genderless is like saying that my soul is bodiless. Like, in a way, but like, look at this body, look at this body, this body, like, my soul has all gender because gender exists, and that is, like, if it exists, it's part of my soul. That's the whole point of the soul, is it's not contained by the ego boundaries, it's the link with God. So, and God is everything, because to know everything, you must be everything. Because knowing is being. And so I wanted to know what it was like to be a woman, I guess. And now I know. But there is this, like, drawing towards fear of further acceptance. Like, I'm so afraid of having a beard, having body hair while being estrogenated, and having the long hair and like bearing children and doing a performance that other people find repulsive, because I am gaining a lot of social capital from this display of gender. Like, a lot of very attractive straight men are interested in me. And I'm shocked by how much they will give me in terms of their social capital. Like, it's not just this kind of like secret affair. And I hear like the experiences of trans women, and it's very interesting that even though I'm often like read as a trans woman by these men, I still get the social capital of like, even if they don't want to have children, there's something about like the biological femininity that gets me like a currency. And I'm trying to like, it's like having power isn't a bad thing. Like, I get very morally Puritan about like, I have to disavow all of this and go be a nun in the woods. But I'm trying to ride like this balanced life where I can experience things and experience like the embodiment of like, what is it like to have like the egoic human experience without it kind of overtaking me in a way where I lose myself in the fear of like losing this capital, or the fear of like letting it destroy my relationships with people. But I think part of the acceptance is like accepting, or on like core level, accepting the things I can't accept. Like, I'm not ready yet, it seems, to let go of some of these patterns. And that's okay. I'm 22. I'm on my journey. Here I am. The last video I rewatched because someone online was saying that they wanted to see more experiences of people who were female to male to like female or non-binary, because that was their experience and it's hard to find. And I sent the video to them and I rewatched it, and it just struck me like, I don't realize how deep my negativity towards myself is like permeating, where insecurity doesn't even feel like anything. It's like just the water that I am swimming in. Insecurity in a way of like just so self-hating, so in a really wretched mood about the whole thing. Like, I'm making this video. I was making a video about my gender, and I'm like thinking, I don't want to be doing this. And I was making this, and this is like my 5th take, because I was like, I don't, like, what do I actually want to say? I resist this categorization of putting my narrative into a format that follows the structure of what other people expect from like a gender transition or a gender journey. Like, I want that process of discovery to be a non-linear one, as I am in it, I'm living it. It was never like I was born and I was something. It was like I was born and I had this idea of the future that felt like a magnet I was moving towards, and the present experiences became like hidden, and you're like unearthing the past as you move forward. And I keep thinking about this idea of like um, the classic linear narrative structure that stories follow is such a masculine patriarchal paradigm that follows the typical embodiment of like male pleasure, where there's like a slow buildup and then a climax and then a fall in terms of like conflict, energy, whatever you want to call it, the intensity of the story. And like feeling like I'm so outside of that in my life and how I'm experiencing my life. And so many people echo the sentiment of like, life isn't a story. And I'm like, well, I feel like there is a structure happening in my life. I don't feel like I'm outside of some grand narrative. I just think that the grand narrative I'm experiencing doesn't follow this masculine trajectory, where there is this fluidity of things kind of like rising and stopping before a supposed peak, and then doing that, and it's kind of like this wave, like it's hitting you in these cascading waves, and then like things back off, and like there's so much like intrigue in these little like pockets of experience and reality, in my identity, in my sense of time, in my sense of like energy, that are these spaces where like things are growing, that like old things come back in like these cyclical patterns. And it's not like a cyclical thing, but I'm like, it's not just like masculine paradigm of linear storytelling or chaos, which is also like this idea of like the absurd, the chaotic, the unknown that everything comes out of being like this flat thing, feels like a very masculine idea as well. And that there's so much beyond that, that I'm experiencing this like incredible balance between order and chaos that falls outside of, like, I'm so aware of how much my ability to express myself in language is shaped by patriarchy, that I just have to, like, you have to watch the videos, you have to engage with me in other ways, like write me a message, email me, like something. Like the work responds. There's like a porous, growing quality to it. Anyway, I will see you soon. I love you in there. You're so cute. You're so tiny and small. I'm very fond of you. I truly am. And we have our moments, but I'm deeply fond of you, and I'm deeply committed to experiencing this journey with you.